let me start by saying that your ass is not busy. You're just lazy. I know it for a fact because I used to tell myself the same things. I'm busy, I don't have time for Blender, I have school, whilst literally scrolling on Instagram. And after months of having these false beliefs, I finally came to a realization and came up with 5 tactics that will make you consistent with Blender, even if you're actually busy. And starting off with something that has helped me tremendously, and that is having Blender open 24/7. Meaning, as soon as I turn on my PC, the first thing that I open up is Blender. Maybe I don't even want to or don't have time to use Blender at the moment, but simply having it open all the time would decrease the friction and encourage me to start working with it. You tell me, would you be more likely to use your phone if it was in a totally different room or was literally on your desk? Which leads us to our next point, and that is removing distractions. But I think you've already heard that enough times. So I'm just going to head to the next tip, which I'm warning you is going to sound super simple, and that is working with Blender whenever you can. The reason that I put this here is that a lot of people think that you need to have a large chunk of time dedicated to using Blender. But in fact, you can find little 10-minute gaps in your day which you can spend doing something productive like working with Blender, instead of filling them out with scrolling on your phone. Something else that I see a lot of other people do is starting projects without setting deadlines. As Leonardo da Vinci presumably says, art is never finished, only abandoned. So you can imagine what a horrible idea it would be to start a project without a deadline. Take a look at my old artworks. These took me months, just because I didn't have a deadline for them. The next tip that I'm going to talk about is from Rick Rubin. He has worked as a producer with big names like Kanye West and Eminem. And whenever the artist that he was working with got into a writer's block, he asked them to go home and write only one word. And the artist, more often than not, would come back with the whole song fully written, which shows that you only need just one little push and everything else just comes naturally. And for us, writing one word could be just opening Blender and deleting the default cube.
I told you no! I said no! No! No!
Another thing to keep in mind is that engaging in your hobbies can make you 4 times happier than if you engage in instant gratification. So how about you quit gooning and get your ass inside Blender? Hi! If you want to transform your art from something not so good to something that you're proud of, I can get you clients. Message me on Instagram, I will get on a call, I will pinpoint exact areas where you're lacking and help you to fucking fix them. If that sounds interesting, this is my Instagram, DM me right now.